Hey, welcome to Mindy's Columns, and we're talking about pet peeves today. And we're going to talk about healthcare and pet peeves involving doctor's offices and hospitals. Okay, we're going to start right off with the doctor's office. First pet peeve. What the frick is up with the magazines in the doctor's office? For crying out loud, how much frickin' money do the doctors take in a year and they can't get decent magazines in the doctor's offices? Have you seen the crap that they put down on their stupid coffee tables and end tables in there? I mean, for the love of God, can they not put in magazines that somebody actually might find entertaining to read? I mean, give me a frickin' break. They get these, oh my God, one doctor in doctor's office here in Spokane has like this architectural digest crap. Okay, that's fine for rich doctors that can afford to frickin' buy $1 million frickin' homes. But the rest of the frickin' world can't afford that crap. Why don't you just rub it in some more? How about you get us a decent magazine like People or Home or Ladies Home Journal or Entertainment Tonight or and then what the hell, Time Magazine? Frickin' God, why don't you just put me in a coma before I get the frickin' back? I mean, I know there's a lot of old men who are in the doctor's office that love to read the political articles in Time Magazine. I'm not saying that you can't have Time Magazine on your deal. I mean, Time is important. It's a good magazine. I'm not saying it. You don't need to get rid of Time Magazine. Architectural Digest, good for the old people or for the rich people. But for the love of God, could we have more variety in the magazines? I mean, keep, Architecture get for the rich people, Time Magazine for the old guys who want to read political stories. Uh, but let's get something in there that, other people would like to read. Like, let's get some entertainment magazines like People or something somebody would actually want to read. Frickin' there's doctor's offices that don't even have that. Frickin' God, there's doctor's offices that put out like this Health Digest crap. What the hell do you want to read that shit for? Obviously you don't, or you wouldn't be in the doctor's office. There's doctor's offices that won't even put magazines out. They have like this health literature brochures. Nothing like waiting for 30 frickin' minutes and only having a health brochure to look at. Yeah, that ain't gonna piss you off. That's not gonna irritate you to no end. Okay, yeah. I don't know what's up with that. Okay, next thing. There's next pet peeve. What the hell is with this taking you from a 30-minute wait time in a reception room and putting you in another smaller room for another 30 frickin' minutes? Why the hell do they do that? Why can't they just leave you out here in the bigger reception area until the doctor is ready to see you? Okay? Like maybe 10 minutes before he's ready to see you, they could move you into the small cubicle? Is it really necessary to herd us like cattle into a smaller room and leave us in a white-walled room for 30 frickin' minutes staring at the walls with a room that has even less reading choices than the reception room, which already sucked? Okay? All right? I mean, I entertain myself in these rooms. You put me in a white room like that and leave me in there for 30 minutes, I'm going through all the drawers and cupboards. And if I find something that I like, I'm taking it home. I make it a policy. You're going to put me back there for 30 minutes with no reading material? The less reading material I have, the more drawers I'm going through, the more items that are going home with me. Frickin' God. I get the antibiotic ointment. It's good for my kids. They're always scraping themselves up. Gauze and stuff like that. Good for my kids. They're always hurting myself. Saves me on the first aid kit. I need stuff like that. You going to put me back there? Hell. You put me back there where there's an oxygen mask, I'm going to slap that on and have myself some free oxygen. Frickin' God, I have myself an entertaining time. Play with the ear thing, look down the kids' ear canals, whatever the hell I have to do to entertain myself. That's how I feel, especially since you're going to give me entertaining magazines. I think we should all be doing that. Free for all with the first aid supplies. I'll guarantee you they wouldn't be leaving us back there for 30 minutes in some cubicle-sized room. Okay, so that's my doctor's office visit. Oh, and then, don't you just love it? You go through an hour of wait time. The frickin' doctor comes in. waves his little magic wand. He's in there for what, 5-10 minutes? He's in, he's out. Nurse comes in, takes your blood. 9 times out of 10, they're going to take your blood. You sit around waiting for those results to come back. So what, you're there for what, another 20-30 minutes for that if you have to have blood drawn? God forbid you have to have blood drawn. So you have to entertain yourself some more there. Finally get out of there. You might as well figure you put in like an hour and a half, you'll never get back. So that's the doctor's office. Talk about your pet peeves there. Okay, now let's talk about hospitals. My biggest pet peeve with hospitals, well, we all hate the cost of hospitals, but let's talk about the biggest pet peeve. Parking. Oh, don't get me started on parking. My dad just had surgery, back surgery yesterday. And let me tell you my situation with parking. It is probably going to cost more than $20,000 for him on this back surgery. I'm talking more than $20,000 to pay for this back surgery. And they will not validate parking. What the frick is up with that? If you have to pay more than $20,000 for your surgery, they frickin' should be able to validate the parking for the family members that have to drive you to and from your frickin' surgery. Hell, I think that if you have a doctor's appointment to see a doctor in a building with parking, you damn sure should be able to validate their parking. It is frickin' ridiculous. You pay several $100s to see these people. Why the hell should you have to pay parking? It's frickin' ridiculous. It's unbelievable. Don't get me started. What they charge for hospitals? What they charge $20 for a frickin' aspirin? What do they pay? 6 cents to make those frickin' things? They're gonna pay $20 for an aspirin. It's unbelievable. You should get an itemized bill of the things that the hospital charges you for, and you'll get a good idea of what they're charging you for. These are just some of the pet peeves of the medical industry that I have. So I'm sure everybody else has a lot more that they have, but these are just a few of the things that irritate me the most.